kingdom is where the king's will is being accomplished, where his desires are being met and his will being obeyed. And so we ask ourselves, personally and as a church, are we extending his rule and reign? Is God's kingdom expanding through us or not? Are we seeking to redeem the marginalized? The priests were to put God on display. They were to be a bridge between God and the people, and that's our role, that we are to meet needs on God's behalf. So here it says in verse 37 of Numbers 15, the Lord said to Moses, speak to the Israelites and say to them, throughout the generations to come, you are to make tassels on the corners of your garments, with a blue cord on each tassel. And you will have these tassels to look at, so you will remember all of the commands of the Lord. So our 10-year anniversary event, again, as Kipper said, is going to be a wonderful opportunity for them to hear testimonies and stories of what God is already doing. I don't know if you've seen Jackie's story, but it chokes me up every time I listen to that. We showed it to the National Board the other night, and I'm finding tears running down my face as Jackie said, I felt so alone before it started, and afterwards I felt so loved. And I just think, that is the heart of God. That's what Jesus does for us, is brings us into his family. And so this is called, I'm saying it right, a tzitzis. And it is made in the Jewish tradition. It has 8 strings in it. There's 5 double knots. There's 4 intervening coils. And the windings are tied to the numbering. There's a 7, there's an 8, there's 11, and there's a 13. The total number of winds comes to 39. And it's interesting that the number 39 is found to be is significant in that the gematria, or the numeric equivalent of the words "the Lord is one," is represented by that number. And so what we would like this to be for you is that every time that you look at it, you ask yourself this question: who am I? And what am I doing? And even as it was for the priests, that they were to be reminded that they had been slaves in Egypt and that God had brought them out for a purpose, that they would be able to put God on display and they would represent him well as priests. And so we just want this to be a reminder to you and to your church that God, we are here to make you famous and to make you look good in the world and to represent your heart. To demonstrate as well as declare that. So we just say thank you so much for being a part of Love Inc. And I hope that you will be able to bring a lot of your leadership team. I hope you will be there because I think you will just be amazed as we talk about where we've been. And it's just going to be a wonderful evening and an opportunity, I think, to expand all of our hearts for the poor and needy, which is the heart of God.